Not crazy. Okay, gotcha.
I didn't send any notes out last week either, Nick. This is Summer Slash. This is like strap yourself in,
Last week
prepare yourself. No. Your eyes gonna be peeled open.
Gotcha.
And fucking deal with it. No, there weren't. Were there notes last week? No,
there were notes last week. That's
yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Oh, but they were blank. But they were all blank. It just said like, "This is it. Yeah. This is it. This is it."
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
It. No details.
I just want to make sure like I'm not going crazy or something. Yeah.
No, you're not going crazy. I did not send anybody.
I didn't want to be like, "Oh, Nick, it was your cue," and I'm like, "Where are the notes?" You know, and that's all.
And I think everybody loved last week's movie, The Greasy Strangler. I think everybody was enthralled by that movie.
Over the moon.
I think Nick was its number one fan.
It's like it's like Dave with anime, you know.
Yeah. You know what's funny? By the time last year, when we got to week 3, we watched this insane movie called Blood Diner, and Greasy Strangler is on par with the weirdness and the craziness of like a week 3 situation. But what's funny about tonight's movie, Death Spa, is it could be this year's Blood Diner. It's in the same kind of category. It gives me the same kind of feeling when I watch it. I expect the same reactions from the 3 of you about this movie, and we'll find out because you know what? It's week 3, it's Summer Slash, and according to our friends at Bullhorn FM, the best way to experience Summer Slash is on the Bullhorn FM podcast app. We'll be right back with you about Death Spa and some other things and some horror movie headlines in about 40 seconds.
Crack open a cold box of wine or pour something cold on ice because it's the Binge-Watchers podcast.
Seconds might just be too long because I'm already gone. Let's do this. I mean, if they're cracking it open in the theme song, we gotta crack it open in real life. I mean, I think that's how that works. I mean, right? If the theme song is telling us to crack one open, we don't have a choice. I mean, we gotta drink something. I don't know.
I'm cracking my sip open.
Yeah. So it's week 3, as I said. Let's get into some horror movie headlines. Let's see what's going on in the world of horror movies and TV at large. Let's see. Kevin Bacon is now rumored to be the villain in the new Toxic Avenger. We got a report last week that said freaking Elijah Wood was supposed to be the badass taking on Peter Dinklage's little Toxic Avenger there. But now they're saying Kevin Bacon. Either these are all rumors and they're throwing out all this fake news just to get the movie, so nobody can figure out the plot, or are all 3 of them in the movie? I mean, what's going on?
Hulk Hogan would be epic.
As a villain?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Well, the villain, when he played a heel, because everybody knows in wrestling, now I got to go break off. We got to go into a side conversation about pro wrestling now. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Uh-oh.
So, in the world of wrestling, heroes are called faces, and the bad guys are called heels. And when Hulk Hogan did his heel turn, it was actually WCW, back in the days when there was WWF, and a competing network, WCW, the 2 wrestling federations, and he became Hollywood Hogan.
I remember that.
And he cruised around with New World Order, NWO, and they were bad, man. They were the bad boys. Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash, big, tall. They were just like, ooh, what's going on? You know, villain Hogan. Could he play a villain in a movie? I don't know. Well, Rocky 3?
He was but he was joking in that one.
Oh yeah.
Remember, it was fake. It was a fake match, and then at the end, they're like, "Oh, it's for a photo opportunity."
No, but they made him angry, like he was a bad wrestler, because he was like, and you saw him like strangling Rocky and everything.
I think he was the bad guy in 3 Ninjas at Mega Mountain or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what?
That was it.
You know what? The Lloyd Kaufman, the Troma guy, he does seem very happy. Last week, folks, we were talking about, does the Troma guy seem happy with this mainstream adaptation of Toxic Avenger? Yeah, like he's on his social, he's promoting his other stuff. He seems happier than a pig and shit. He must have got a nice check. He seems
and it gets Troma
because he's usually screaming about independence.
Yeah. We got a mortgage to pay.
A bunch of money. Yeah.
All right. Corey Feldman. I assume this is Corey Feldman because it says one of the stars of the Lost Boys. Nobody cares about Jamie Newlander, so it has to be Corey Feldman. One of the Frog Brothers still wants to make a Frog Brothers spin-off show. What do we think about that? What do we think about a Frog Brothers show where they kill vampires? Anybody up for that or no?
I don't know. I mean,
I remember 10 years ago they did those movies that were straight the Lost Boys sequels, and they weren't that good. So I don't have a lot of high hopes. Yeah.
Okay.
I never saw the sequel, the direct-to-video stuff, so I don't know.
It's pretty
All right.
harsh.
Here's a fun one. Who's going to play Herman Munster in Rob Zombie's The Munsters? So we had a little fun in our little private Facebook Messenger about this Munster situation from Rob Zombie. And classically, Rob Zombie cast like 12 of his friends. One of them is his wife. Supposedly, he interviewed, 450 actresses before he settled on charity.
It's going to be my wife. Nobody beat my wife. Okay.
Tough job.
Yeah. So we'll go around the room and we'll talk about our opinion on who should play Herman Munster in Rob Zombie's The Munsters. Let's go in our traditional order, I guess. Nikki Lates.
Mine was Patrick. I forget his name. Waterman or Waterton. What was his last name? Warburton. I think he would be perfect. I've met the guy in person. I think he's got that funny comic thing going, and he'd be a great Herman Munster.
Oh, dang. Dave?
Yeah.
I kind of agree, but my mind went to the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond, Brad Garrett. I mean, he's tall. He's got that deep voice. He's a comedian. Put a little makeup on him. He'll make a good Herman. He
would be good. I agree. I totally agree.
And where has he even been lately? I mean,
exactly.
You know,
I probably, who knows? Like, you know, most of those people go on to TV shows on some network I've never heard of and like runs forever. So I don't know. Maybe he's on one of those.
He's actually a perfect choice. I think they need to call him back in if they haven't already. But
I can picture him having the laugh, right? Like the Herman Munster laugh. That guy would be perfect for it.
Okay, I'm just going with Dwayne Johnson.
All right. It could work. I mean, he's got the height. You don't have to put him in like high boots. Yeah.
Wow.
You just spray him green and throw him out there.
Now, you know, it's a good question. Are they going to do it black and white, or are they going to actually spray him green? You know what I mean?
I think they have to be green, don't they?
Well, in the like later, you know how they like did like other series, like there was a Christmas special in the 90s and they totally painted him green, but I always picture him as just black and white, you know, because that's where there's
just no way a commercial film is ever going to be made and released in black and white unless it's like an art film.
Right. Well, with Rob Zombie, it's probably going to be a little like flesh colored or like dead colored where it's like pale. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what it comes up with.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, you can't make them green, you know, maybe. Mm-hmm. They'll just be Zombo colored.
I'm chomping at the bit for my selection. Did you pick an actor, Adam? Did you say who you?
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Can you smell what the Munsters are cooking?
Yeah, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe. That's why I forgot who you said. Lost oxygen to my brain. So my pick would be exactly. My pick would be Jason Segel. Do you remember him from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and a bunch of other things?
He'd be good.
I think it'd be good. And he does like an impersonation in one of his jokes. It sounds very Frankenstein's Munster type. So it'd be good. I hate to break the momentum, but we will go to our messages now and see what's up with our sponsors and everything. So we'll be back after these messages with a feature presentation of Death Spa. That'll be fun. All right. Oh, yeah, there's no fade. I don't do a fade. That's like way too technical. All right, let's see here. What's going on this week? All right. Our friends over at Realm FM are presenting The Triangle. If you remember, Realm FM, they are part podcast studio, part magical refuge. They're the audio entertainment company that creates original fiction podcasts, including official continuations of popular franchises. They collaborate with best-selling award-winning writers, directors, artists, and actors to create these expansive, diverse, and immersive shows. It's high-quality stuff, just like Game of Thrones, but for your ears. They got a show called The Triangle. They bring the mysticism and intrigue of the Bermuda Triangle, but it's just turned personal for Admiral David Segura. His former ship, the U.S. Wasp, has gone missing in the area without a trace. But this is only one of the few strange occurrences in the area. Storms, disappearances, and other phenomena have convinced the Admiral that the only way to learn the truth is to investigate it for himself. He gets shipwrecked on a nearby island. It's not visible on any of his maps, so his team has to explore, only to discover they're not alone. As the secrets of the island reveal themselves, finding a way home becomes a matter of life and death. They just started this in April. Actually, the finale just happened this month, so check that out. Why listeners should love it? It's action-packed. It's got Michael Crichton-style action-adventure. It's a thriller, of course. It's got government conspiracies, if you're into that type of story. It's akin to Lost. It's got all the ingredients for a mystery befitting the type of stories for the Bermuda Triangle. It's got an episodic story that reminded me of Lost, but was more faster-paced. And actually, if I break script for 1 second to tell you what I think, personally, I'm like about halfway through the episodes, and I'm finding it to be like a 1940s type serial Indiana Jones, freaking King Solomon's Mine type, like adventure story. I'm pretty much hooked. So I recommend you go listen to The Triangle wherever you find your podcasts. From Realm FM, of course. I also briefly want to tell you what's going on at Bullhorn FM. If you've ever wanted to join us, the boys, and become part of the podcast, you're going to love this. This year, we got a new way for you to experience Summer Slash. It's on the Bullhorn podcasting app. We're going to go live with 3 episodes. You'll be able to join in. It's an interactive Q&A, and the first episode's going to drop on 6/27/21. You're going to want to tune into that. I just dated the episode, but if you're current, if you're keeping up with us like in real time, week to week, you're going to be part of this because we're going to be interviewing and dropping polls with the director of Bone Tomahawk, which is that horror western that he made with Kurt Russell a few years ago. You know, when Bullhorn reached out to me a couple weeks ago and I saw the app, I knew this is how we had to do Summer Slash. They want to let all of you, our awesome listeners, join in on the show and interact with us, of course. We're super excited about it. I can barely get it out of my mouth. If you love Binge-Watchers and you want to join in from this experience, simply download the Bullhorn podcast app, search for Binge-Watchers, follow us. You're going to get alerts and notifications when we go live. And if you can't wait for us to go live, go check out the episodes we've already dropped with some visual layers. Last week's episode actually includes trivia about the Greasy Strangler and all that jazz. Go and check it out on bullhorn.com. No, Bullhorn FM. Sorry, the Bullhorn FM app. Follow Binge-Watchers there. Cool. Now back to the show. Already in progress, of course. We're talking about Death Spa. Let's get the boys back on the line. All right. I think the messages were done better this week. And they're shorter, so maybe people appreciate that. Getting back to the show more quickly. Yeah. Okay. So Death Spa. Let me get my cards back.
Yes.
What do I think this movie is about? In my interpretation of the story, the dead wife of a club owner is jealous about all the hookups he has at the club, so he comes back to haunt him, and she enjoys killing, and she wants to suck all the joy of life that's left for him and get him out of the way. Every 80s person is in this movie. I mean, I recognize, like, the older sister from Fresh Prince, I think, pops up at one point. And freaking, you got Kevin Foray. Again, he doesn't die in this one, but he just shows up for, like, just to be background candy. Like, he's there. He's not doing much.
And talk about a cool jacket, right? Cool jacket. Man.
I don't know. I want that was jacket. Like he was wearing this thing that has like yellow and blue, but it's like it's a tuxedo for the gym, if such a thing could exist in real life. So cool. It's so weird. so that's what I think this movie's about. The ex-wife is dead. She's jealous. There's a supercomputer that she takes control of, and it starts killing everybody. The opening's amazing because lightning strikes the sign and it changes the words literally to Death Spa. Fucking cool. Incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously, guys, I'm a little biased because I think you can tell that I enjoyed my experience. So I'll slow down. We'll go to favorite kills. Actually, no, Dave, do you have any trivia on this one? Or no?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Look at him.
Oh, he's excited.
Okay. I think I do.
No. If you're watching this as a video and not listening, let me explain what you're gonna see. Dave has his computer on in the background, and he's like, "Yeah, I got something," and he's scrolling.
Where are those notes? Where are those notes?
You can zoom into his glasses and see what he's looking at.
I think I can actually see through his glasses. Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, that's what it is, Dave. That's what gave it away. It wasn't just the clicking. It was Dave, like you saw the scroll in your lenses.
Click out of that website, Dave. Click out of that website. I can see what's on your glasses. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. So, yeah, I do actually have some facts. So the idea came about when the director noticed that health spas basically disappeared as fast as they came about. So he thought, like, well, why not have a ghost haunt one? So that came about.
Not so most of the extra... But possess the computer. Like there's one little computer that runs the whole gym. AI. It's amazing. It's a mind-blowing plot device. And
was this 88 or 89? I forget.
89. I think 89, like in 89, 90. Yeah. Most of the extras in the shower scenes were actually obtained by a porn casting. So because they needed a lot.
That seems appropriate for this kind of movie.
Good movie.
Yeah. Speaking of porn stars, a lot of cuts had to be made to avoid an X rating. So because this was right before NC-17. So
wow. Star body.
Yeah. Why is John dying right now?
Because that's funny to me. Sorry.
Oh, is that?
So the one of the main actors, William Bumiller, if I'm saying that right, was actually a manager for a health club before getting the lead role in this. So, like, I guess
dude, typecasting, brother. He's like, well, previously, man, I work at a spa. Hired.
Yeah, I ran it.
So
he's like, but I really want to play.
Exactly what I am in real life.
Yeah.
Do what you know, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So the director of this, Michael Fisher, actually directed Pat Morita's very last screen role in a movie called Rice Girl. It actually finished filming in 2001. Wasn't released until 2014, which makes it his very last role he appeared in. So on a technicality. So,
I thought they didn't let him act anymore after that cop movie he made with Jay Leno.
That was in
no,
early 80s.
He started a career after that.
Stuff, yeah.
Oh,
was
wait,
that Collision Course or something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also gave him that next Karate Kid movie too with Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite kills. We've arrived at favorite kills. I assume. Are we ready for this?
So.
All right,
I'm ready. I know it. Or who's going first, John?
No, you're up first.
That would be you, Nick.
I just feel bad because I always get the ones that I think everyone's going to take. So this week, I'm like, you know what? I know what someone else is going to do. So my favorite kill is actually where the girl's like using the blender and it gets stuck in her hand. And it just and the cop's trying to pull it out, and just the blood is coming. I'm like,
so blender or a juicer? Was it a
juicer or
like
something?
A juicer?
Same diff.
Like and her hand just won't come out of the thing, and the cop's like with all his strength and like trying to pull it out, and just blood is everywhere. I thought that was intense because whenever I try to clean those things, that comes to my mind. I'm like, oh, that son of a gun, he did it. Yeah, so that was my favorite one.
Well, that was extra sweet because there's the cry wolf moment earlier with was it that same girl who did that, like with the tomato?
I think so.
Somebody?
I think it was almost like before.
Yeah. She's like, chill out, it's just a tomato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, this movie had a lot of great kills, and strangely, mine involves a hand too, but it wasn't that one. The guy, the exploding hand. Just all of a sudden, because it came out of nowhere. Like, he just like, was it the
not just any guy? Like,
it was the detective guy with the gun, right?
It's the parapsychologist, Dr. Leroy
like,
Leroy or whatever his name is. Like, he's like the Egon Spangler of this Death Spa universe.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's got that Ghostbusters.
That
gear.
one, it just came out of nowhere. Like the hand in the blender and a few others. Like, you saw the setup and the payoff, but this was just like literally out of left field. Like, just the hand explodes. So
and I love the effect afterward because like the blood started spraying from the side and after.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of blood.
That looked really cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Mr.
Adam.
Dave has taken my thunder. He took my lightning and my thunder, but I think there's a little bit more. Before the hand explodes, okay, he gets like sucked up to the ceiling. Like that effect, like. It was blowing my mind before.
It was amazing.
But yeah, it was. I did not expect that in this film. Okay,
it was like a psychic push. It was like a force push.
Yeah, this is the point in the movie where they're just like, "Hey, guess what? This is like not the computer. This is like something other than what you thought it was going to be. This is not grounded in what you know of as reality."
Yeah. Let's confirm for the audience this is a ghost murder. He
flies up to the ceiling. I'm still curious. Like, how did they do? I want to watch it again because I wasn't trying to figure out how they did it. I was just amazed that it was happening. And then when the hand explode scene, I was laughing my ass off. Like at first I was like wonder, and then I was laughing, and then I was horrified right after that because he gets tore up. Wow. And then he was gone, and his body was missed. Like
what I love about this movie is all our stuff ties in together, sort of, because like he's like, I like the parapsychologist. He's like, I like the parapsychologist getting taken out, but I want to add these details. And then like my favorite kill happens in conjunction with that because it happens right before, and it's the reason he's distracted and doesn't notice the ghost right away is because there's a girl that got melted and she's still alive in the basement, and her heart's beating outside of her body.
Yeah.
When he walks into the basement. So that's my favorite. The beating outside the heart with like outside of the body situation.
He was still alive. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one did the fish death.
I don't remember the fish death.
Remember when the fish attacked?
There was
the
quite a
cops
few
guy?
though. Like
I mean, they're like, remember like the
That was so weird.
It was
Oh, yeah.
weird,
I felt
right?
uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable watching
It's
that.
just
I'm not gonna, that's actually a thumbs up, but
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was
Actually-
bad. It was great.
actually, my favorite up until the hand scene for a long time was the guy on the machine that for your biceps or whatever, and it just like
oh yeah.
But you know what though? I want to say like the shit hitting the fan at a party sequence where there's all this music and rave stuff going on. That's also like towards the end of Blood Diner where there's all this rave and party and all this carnage and stuff. So I relate the movies to
Hellraiser 3.
You're like,
Yeah,
wait a minute. There's a hidden formula to horror movies? No, just
Well, let's see. Quite a few Nightmare on Elm Streets have that. Hellraiser 3, but when it's done really well.
Yeah.
Carrie.
What about the handicap person that catches on fire? Just throwing that out there.
No. You're talking about the ghost who commits suicide after her postpartum depression.
I'm not trying to ruin every aspect of the movie. I'm just saying.
Sorry. That's your thing. Thanks for teeing off my official spoiler alert for the episode. Spoiler alert, everybody! The ghost killed herself, and she's...
That's usually Johnny's thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he said it's like volleyball. He set it up for me, and I just spiked it over. So our fan service of the week actually comes from Instagram because a few weeks ago we posted the. I don't know if I can. Nick likes to show it on camera, but I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I'll try. So, wait, how do you get that to show up? Oh, there, kind of, sort of. Anyway,
I have to do it at a weird angle.
Yeah, the David Cronenberg monster cover for the episode called "What If David Cronenberg Directed Vampire Hunter D?" Anime Roman 8 said, "Damn, I hadn't thought about that mashup, but that could work. Wow, that could work. Glad you asked. If he's assuming he's like talking about the director now, right? He's talking about Cronenberg. If he conveyed the dark side suspense and drama of something like The Fly to VHD, referring to Vampire Hunter D, wow, instant classic, fire symbol, hands raised to the sky, devil emoji. So I think whose joke was that? Who had the Cronenberg joke? Do you guys remember?
I don't remember.
I think that was me. I'm not.
It might be.
I want to say that was me, but
anyway. So kudos to you. Props to whoever first thought like, what if he directed the Vampire Hunter D live action? Because it really impressed this fan. That's our fan service for the week. Fans, if you're really into horror films, we are going to do this live episode coming up where you can talk to the director of Bone Tomahawk if that works out, and then we're going to give away prizes. We have the Indiana Jones 4K HD box set. We're going to give that away. I think we're getting 5 of those. Because they just did like the 40th anniversary and they're shooting the new one, so it's all a tie-in thing. Mm-hmm. And we'll give away 1 year Shudder. If you're really into horror movies, we'll pay for Shudder for the year. We got a couple of the King Kong 76ers to give away, and we're going to give away a couple of the Wolf of Snow Hollows. And I'm also considering something crazy, like a straight-up cash prize to go make your own horror film and then like give us the synopsis and we'll give you cash and you can go out and make like a short film. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something in the works, but those details we'll flesh that out later on as we get through Summer Slash.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, because I got tired of these screenplay contests where it's like you get judged, you pay an entry fee. At the end of it, you don't make a movie. I was like, what if we just said we support your movie?
Make the damn movie. Yeah.
Tell us what your movie's about. Pitch it to us, and we'll just give you fucking We'll just give you $2,000. Here you go. Go make a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
And if you don't finish it, then we take you to court.
Yeah. Good luck.
Man, no. Hey. Johnny no likey to court. Johnny no likey to court.
Good luck.
Right?
Good luck.
So this is not the show that takes anybody to court. I don't believe in court.
You're right. Adam's just gonna come to your house and find you.
But what if it's on Judge Judy and then we advertise the podcast?
But I'm still working that out because I want obviously Binge-Watchers isn't gonna write the check. We're gonna get one of our promoters to sponsor like a contest, but I don't have all the details yet. But I'm working really hard on it because nice. I'm tired of those other contests. They piss me off. I get those emails.
It's a good idea. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So we'll have them come on the show and tell us what their movie's about. Like they'll come in and give us like their tagline, and then Dave will be like, "No, I'm sorry, that's not for me." You know, like your impression
of an English accent now.
Yeah. You gotta do that guy. You gotta be like the guy. Who's the guy?
Simon Cowell.
Simon. Yeah, you gotta be the cow in the group.
Oh, okay.
You'll have a giant soda, and you'll just be like, "I'm sorry, no." What?
The easiest way to win Dave
Does
is
that
just
make
to tell
Nick
him
Randy
we're going to
Jackson?
animate it. It's going to be an
guess so.
anime. It's going to be like anime.
I want to do
Oh,
an
wow.
anime.
Oh, okay. So now it's time for if we watched anything else this week that we could recommend for the audience. I think we're done with Death Ball. You should watch it, everybody. I don't know
I
what
like
you're waiting
it.
for.
Are we doing binge now, binge never, or anything?
Oh, Scream now, Scream later.
Or Scream now, or yeah.
So let's hit up our rating. Let's do it.
I'm gonna say Scream
Slash.
now. Scream now for sure. I love this one.
Slash now.
Or slash now. Just
No,
watch
it's not
it,
slash.
whatever.
Why do you guys keep mixing up the
I
word
know.
slash
He
into
said
everything?
it. He said it.
What is
It's-
it? It's not.
No, dude, it was never slash. It's Scream now, Scream later, or Scream never. That's it.
Scream now.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't know.
Scream
I
now.
liked
I'm actually
Scream
gonna say I'm gonna say Scream later. I did have a lot of fun with this, but it does take a lull in some parts, but the kills are really fun. So Scream later. Adam,
As soon as I saw this was 1 star, I got excited because I knew I was in for a ride.
Yeah.
Scream now. It's
Yes.
good. It's fun.
It's fun.
You just got to be in the 80s mentality. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's
this
for
is a set. Lower your expectations. You're gonna have fun. I have no problems with this movie. I don't have any major. A movie has to really make me mad for me to have like a reason to hate it. Like I had fun.
Yeah.
I put it on Vudu. I watched it. It's done. So it's a Scream now for me, which means the overall rating is a Scream now. That's 2 in a row. 2 weeks in a row we had a Scream now to present to everybody. That's cool.
I like it.
Now we're actually at the part where did we watch any other horror movies this week and can we recommend them? Nick, did you happen to watch any other scary stuff?
I did. I watched a 1990s classic directed by Joel Schumacher, starring a bunch of the cool kids in 1990 called Flatliners, about a bunch of young doctors
Oh.
that kill themselves.
nice.
And then when they kill themselves, their past comes back to haunt them. And each character that goes through this ends up like, you know what? I died for a minute. I'm going to die for a minute and 30 seconds. And it's almost like a competition. It's a really cool movie. And I think it holds up well. And the photography is really good. The lighting, like the blue tones, I really enjoyed it.
It's a really good idea, man. Like they knock
It's a great
themselves out.
concept.
They literally flatline. Hello,
Yeah.
flatliners, and
Yeah.
it's part of the Brat Pack, right? Let's see.
Mhm.
Kiefer
It's like-
Sutherland, Julia
Yep.
Roberts, Jason Patrick, right? Is he in there?
No. Julie Roberts, Kevin Bacon,
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
Oliver
who I was-
Platt,
yeah,
and
yeah.
William Baldwin.
Kevin Bacon's character was who I was confusing with Jason Patrick because he's
Yeah.
associated with Kiefer because of all their other movies and their friendship. That's what it is.
Mhm.
No Emilio
Yeah.
Estevez.
No, unfortunately.
No Estevez.
No Estevez in this one.
And Charlie Sheen.
No Sheeners.
No Sheen.
Davey.
Check
I
it
just have
out.
to
It's
admit,
good.
I haven't seen that, but it's been on my
Wait,
list for a while.
what? Oh, dude, watch it. I think it's like it's great.
Is
I
that
wanna watch
Johnny-
it. I have never
John's
seen it.
gonna, like,
Even
pop a
John's
vein.
like
John,
John
Johnny,
right now
spoiler!
put his hands to his face. Like, audience, if you're listening to this, John, like, I've never seen John. So
hey, can we get a
disappointed.
shot of just all of us doing this?
This is the year.
I'm in.
It's like okay.
Mm.
So every little
Wow.
boy has a moment in his life where he finds out like maybe there isn't a Santa Claus. I'm not saying there isn't. Maybe there isn't one. Okay, but like you have this come to Jesus moment, and like
Mhm.
this year I realized I held Dave to this like high esteem
Yeah.
as a binge watcher. And like he's like, I didn't see that, I didn't see that, I didn't see that, I didn't
Yeah.
see this.
Wow.
And if you're watching
Well,
the video, literally
I've
look
seen a
at
ton
his
of shit.
DVD
I just
look at
haven't.
his DVD
like,
collection.
there's some things I've missed apparently.
I literally would have expected you to walk over there and be like, yeah,
Oh,
like
it's-
yeah, like
that's what it is.
Flatliners.
It's sitting on like shelf 7, collecting dust.
I guess so. Like, check it out, man. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've
Just
been
won a lot
meaning
of them
to.
at
It's-
auction.
Yeah.
There's this movie called The Interview where the grocery store is just wallpaper. Those aren't real DVDs behind them. It's just paper you peel right off the wall. He doesn't
Is
really
he
got the.
on a green screen right now?
It's just a green screen shot of a video store. That's all.
Oh man. So I guess we're at.
Dave.
Me,
I don't
yeah.
even think I should give him a turn. I'm so
Maybe
disappointed.
not. Like that Flatliners card was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, I should.
Hey,
get
it
a
just
turn.
means I get to
Did I
watch
get a
it at
turn?
some point.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
So I watched a movie called Dementia Part 2. The story behind this movie is really interesting. Where this guy who runs a horror film festival, I can't remember the name of it, made a bet with his friend saying, if you can write, direct, edit, and put together a movie in a month, I will give you the midnight slot at my film festival. And sure as hell, the guy did it. It's like a barely over an hour long, but it's about this guy who is down on his luck and it works as a handyman and goes and helps this little old lady who is freaking nuts. Like, as the movie says, that was the other part of the deal, is he had to be called Dementia Part 2. Didn't have to have a tie to the original movie, but had to be called Dementia Part 2. And again, the guy did it. Like, it's about a handyman who goes into this old woman's house who's freaking nuts, and it just escalates. It's a really weird. It's uneven because clearly the guy just like wrote it and put it together really fast. Like,
and he had a month to do it.
Had a month to write it, direct it, film it, and put it together.
Wow.
But the main performer like has some real moments of creepiness where you're like, what the hell, is she going to go unhinged to go off on the guy? Or like, it's a really weird, uneven movie, but like when it works, it works. And the story behind it is just really interesting. So it's like only available for rental right now, but it's called Dementia Part 2. Check it out. Adam?
It's an hour. It's an hour and 7 minutes. Yeah, like you can tell.
Yeah, it's really fast to watch.
I saw. Okay, that's nice, Nick. Thank you. I saw Boys from Boys from County Hell. It's basically a vampire story set in Ireland, in rural Ireland, and the vampire apparently can suck blood out of your body just by being close, like near in proximity to you. Like the blood will just start streaming out of you, and that's how he's able to draw power and be reborn. And the whole movie is about these guys trying to like prevent that from happening. First not believing it, but then anyway, it's a good movie. I recommend Boys from County Hell. If you like vampires and you like the Irish accent and you like beautiful landscapes mixed with horror elements.
And how many penises are in the movie?
There are multiple, but they are a lot of them.
Yes.
Most of them are covered.
Yes.
That took me a moment. I thought he said pizzas. I'm like, why does he ask how many pizzas are in the movie?
Irish.
It's weird that your mind.
Let me make sure the audience heard what I said. How many penises are in this movie? Okay, I think okay.
There are a lot of them in this movie. So
thank you for clarifying, Mr. Adam.
They are clothed, but they are nonetheless there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. David's imagination is running wild right now.
He's going, I need to watch
David.
this.
Here's the thing is, I saw that movie and I'm like, I don't think there were any penises in it.
Oh, you saw it already. Yeah.
Maybe I need to go back and watch it again.
Wait. But you've seen that one, huh, David? But you've seen that one.
Apparently if Shudder gets Flatliners, that's when I'll watch it.
If you'd like Shudder free for 30 days, go ahead and go to Shudder.com and use the promo code Binge-Watchers.
And petition to get Flatliners on there so David will watch it.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Where are we? Oh, Nick.
It's your turn.
How about you?
I watched again for like the 1700th time. I watched Shaun of the Dead. Just popped it on.
Nice.
Just for the hell of it.
Great movie.
Watched it before Death Spa because it was too much activity and chaos. I had to watch a movie that I'd already seen, so I already know the plot. I don't have to like hone in and pay attention to something. Just like threw it on. I did notice that I didn't realize Simon Pegg had so many like facial tics in that movie. Like he does a lot of things between his eyebrows and his chin that I didn't notice like the 5 times before. Other than that, the movie's kind of getting on my nerves. Like I don't think I'll watch it a 7th time. I think it's because I just watched it too many times. I played out all the comedy, like all the jokes. I just heard it's like I played out the punchline basically, right? I ruined the punchline for myself. So, but what's funny about watching that is it makes you want to watch the other movies they're in, right? Now I'll probably put on the I'll probably that's the thing. Like, I'll probably watch
Hot Fuzz
in the next couple of days. I'll probably watch Hot Fuzz for like the 7th time.
Oh yeah.
The disappointing one is obviously the one where they're in the bar with their alien robots
or whatever.
Yeah,
that one I watched once. I was like, oh, whatever.
I didn't even watch it.
Although Paul's kind of fun, even though it's not Edgar Wright movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Paul.
You know what, Dave? This is a pretty good Summer Slash lineup this year.
I agree.
All right.
What's next week, guys?
Anime's coming.
Anime.
I know, man.
Before Adam rudely interrupted, thanks for asking, Nick. I'll tell you about
because I have no idea what's coming next week, and I'm excited.
Yeah. So on the next creepy attraction for week 4 of Summer Slash, we're supposed to sit down with the director of Bone Tomahawk, which is a horror movie of all things that Kurt Russell's in. You wouldn't think he would do a horror movie. He plays a sheriff that dukes it out with some Land of the Lost style cannibals in the most brutal way possible. I won't spoil what happens in that movie. Which is funny is like we do these panels where the guests have to like watch the movie of the week with us. This one's a little bit weird because it's the guy who made the movie, so he's probably seen the movie like 1,000 times in the editing room. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. So we'll do Bone Tomahawk next week. We're trying out a new platform. I got to find out from the Bullhorn FM guys exactly how it's all going to work from a technical level. I'm nervous about that. It's a new platform. It's like telling our audience, get over there, listen, tune in, call in at the right time. Figure that out. Anyway, that's it, Bingers. We just did a whole other podcast about Death Spa. How about that? Nice.
Put on that
I'm excited. This is exciting.
On that spandex, yeah.
I like that goo shooting eye.
Put on that spandex, yeah. Goose shooting. What? Oh, the eye.
Okay. Skeleton and spandex.
And that too. Very nice.
Well, guys, stuff got real. It was a lot of fun. And this is Nikki T saying leets.
Oh, I should probably play the outro. That'd be good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that would be good. Yeah.
Now, hey, Dave, are you going to watch this episode of the podcast when it comes out?
I don't know. But, hey, John, did you realize that that's our...
Blew that over like, whatever, John. Oh, that was
I need to tell you something I'm just not paying attention to.
Well, yeah, because you advertised, whatchamacallit, Bone Tomahawk for next week, but that's in 2 weeks. That's the 28th.
I was kind of tripping out on that.
What?
Yeah,
you advertised for next
Sunday is the 20th. The week after that is the 20th.
What I was tripping out on too. I was like, oh, okay.
No, this episode gets released on the 20th. Then the next thing that we're recording is the freaking Bone Tomahawk. Let's look at this.
So then that means we're skipping a recording next week?
But you put the 28th. I thought, okay, I was actually on the same page as Dave. Yeah. Because you sent me a bunch of stuff like, check out the ad. I remember seeing that too. Do we need to re-record the ending?
Oh, okay.
No, because I'm still recording.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my gosh. I was about to embarrass myself. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I remember the same thing.
I don't know.
Let me look back. Maybe
I decided to, I don't know how I don't know how it happened. Anyway, whatever. Stay tuned. There'll be an episode next week, probably. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because I'm like, I remember thinking the same thing. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah.